Hello and welcome to this short talk on my research. My name is Valerie Martin. I'm a PhD student in the Pollinator Microbe Insect Interactions Lab at Utah State University. And I look at how flower microbes affect bumblebee foraging and plant reproduction. And I work in the Elk Mountains of central Colorado, pictured here. So essentially I study pollination, and pollination is what is pictured here. So a pollinator, such as a bumblebee, takes pollen from one flower to another flower of the same species. This allows the plant to reproduce and form seeds to make the next generation of plants. A majority of flowering plants, also called angiosperms, rely on insects and other animals for pollination services. These pollination mutualisms contribute to global biodiversity, so about 180,000 angiosperm species require one or more of the 200,000 estimated species of pollinators, which is a large chunk of terrestrial biodiversity. Important for humans is that a third of the food that we eat is sourced from crops that rely on animal pollinators. So the pollination system that I study includes Corydalus caesiana subspecies Brandegii, commonly called Brandegeis fumort. It grows near the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory where I'm stationed in the summer. It's pollinated by bumblebees such as Bombus appositus and nevadensis, and it's robbed by Bombus occidentalis, which chews a hole in the side of the flower and steals the nectar, which takes resources from the plant without offering the pollen in return. So it's exploiting the mutualism. I'm interested in seeing what microbes are vectored by these two different types of floral visitors, and to see if there's any feedback loops mediated by these microbes. So here's a short video of Bombus appositus pollinating the flowers. You can see it's going in through the floral opening. And this is a video of Bombus occidentalis, which is robbing Corydalus. You can see it chews a hole and then steals nectar through the side of the flower. Ideally, pollination will lead to seeds being formed, which are then dispersed by animals such as this bird, which is visiting the plants to look for seed pods. And you can see the seed pods of Corydalus here, so this is the ideal outcome of pollination for Corydalus. My research questions include looking at how pollinators and nectar robbers change the microbial communities of Corydalus flowers. So I culture the microbes and then isolate the most common ones to use in experiments. And in my experiments, I look at how those microbes mediate chemical differences between robbed and pollinated flowers. So does the nectar taste different between the flowers depending on the microbe growing in them? Is the smell different between these flowers? And then I look to see if the nectar microbes encourage visits by nectar robbers while deterring pollinators. So I want to see if there are any microbe-mediated feedbacks in this system. Broader impacts of my work include understanding the interactions between threatened species. So Bombus occidentalis, the nectar robber, is a threatened bumblebee species in the western United States. Corydalus is a threatened perennial wildflower in the Rocky Mountains. This will provide new knowledge on the chemical communication between bees, plants, and microbes. And also, I will be a pollinator educator for kids and adults at the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory during National Pollinator Week every summer.